Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just making a reaction video to um, this particular DJ who decided to call our pioneers of hip hop dusty. And I don't make a lot of videos because I don't really like to do a lot of videos except for instructional videos. But man, this thing kindled something in me because I grew up in the era. I was young during the era of hip hop, the birth of hip hop, and one thing you have to realize is that these guys like uh, LL Cool J, LL Cool J was the first rapper to get on mainstream radio during the day. They wouldn't even play rap music during the day. His song "I Need Love" was the first song ever to get on the only medium, that we had besides TV, which there was not a lot that you could watch, but like only medium to get on the radio during the day. I mean, there were only, if I could remember, many people in New York didn't even have cable. Cable wasn't even in Brooklyn until like the late '80s. We were lucky to get cable, so we had to watch Video Music Box, which was a channel on the UHF, which is the backside of the regular channels. You know, after school. And if you didn't have a strong antenna, you weren't getting that either. But to say these guys are dusty, I mean, just think about this. These guys didn't have any managers. They didn't have anything set up. They were out there just rapping. The art form was taking shape. The culture was taking shape. And a lot of the older R&B, funk artists, and those artists, musicians that were out there, they didn't help these rappers with contracts. They didn't even want anything to do with rap. And it wasn't until later when these guys started to say, pick them up and say, when they saw money in it. And then they gave them bum contracts, bum managers, bum deals, didn't own their recordings. So they ended up starting off a foundation with certain rappers, starting a foundation of not even having um, a financial package that was sustainable. Then you had some who um, got themselves, many artists got stolen. Their stuff was stolen. For example, Sugar Hill Gang, Rapper's Delight, hip hop, the hip to the. You see that video, you heard that song, it's played all the time. Big Hank, rest in peace, Big Hank. Big Hank, who kicks the lyrics to that song, he didn't write that. He stole those lyrics from Grandmaster Cash. Grandmaster Cash was one of the fiercest rappers back in the day. He got a tape from him and he listened to it. He recorded it and said it was went out there as his own and took all the fame and notoriety. Grandmaster Cash has nothing. It wasn't until like almost 20, 30 years later, Grandmaster Cash is even recouping just a fraction, not even a fraction of a fraction of some of the money. I mean, and rest in peace. But this was common. This was common. And to even say that, they're dusty. I mean, a lot of these rappers didn't even have good contracts. Matter of fact, let's look at this. You're born in an era of high-speed internet. Back in those days, all we had was a cassette tape. Then it went to CDs. If you had a little bit of money, you sacrificed. Then it went to MP3 players. I don't know if y'all remember that. And now we're to streaming media. But look at the progression of that. You know, we didn't get rid of CDs until like almost the 2000s. Then, so you come into a streaming media platform where everything's developed. You can make royalties. You can make money. You could be an independent artist. You have managers. You have structure. These guys had no structure, and it wasn't their own. There was nothing out there. It was like clay, and there was no guidance. So when certain rappers didn't have that. If you were lucky, you got the guidance and you were able to secure your future. But to say that is really disrespectful. I don't know who raised you. I don't know, because you don't talk about your pioneers like that. You just don't do that. If you call your grandparents dusty, I mean, even though my grandmother didn't finish the third grade, but she raised 10 children. I mean, I would say Probably about 6 of the children got master's degrees or higher, and the other 4, they got bachelor's degree. Everybody got a degree, but she didn't even finish elementary school because she had to work. So I can't call her dusty because she laid the foundation for everybody else. So, like LL said, you got to be careful what you say because one day you're going to get old. Somebody, and I know no one wants you to call you dusty, but to even come out their mouth and say something like that is truly disrespectful. I want to know what you feel down in those comments. I think LL Cool J nailed it, and I think he put it on the head, and that's it. Enough said about that. All right, what do you guys think?